Well, we're back down. It's been over 2 weeks again since I've been out fishing. I don't know what's happened since the summer's passed, but I just seem to have no time at all to get out on the bank. So I've come down the little pond that I fished last time. It was really foggy this morning. It was absolutely amazing. So I went for a good old walk round first, just taking the world in really. So as normal, I've made myself a cup of tea. Rods are out. I've had a little bit of a knock on one of the rods, but there's quite a lot of silverfish in here, so I wouldn't be surprised it's that. Same setup as before. You can only fish 2 rods, so 2 rods out there, little baited spot, put 4 or 5 little spawnfuls of pellet and boilie over the top, and I'm fishing 2 little sort of match the hatch wafters with a little PVA mesh hooked on there, which again has got some crumbled up boilie and some pellets. So keeping it very simple. I took the plastic corn off that I was trying last time because the one fish that I had came to a little match the hatch wafter. So I thought, well, I'll go in there, from the start this time exactly the same. I went out and put my hand in my pocket and got myself a Xtractor Spod and marker rod in the 9 foot, 4.5 pound test curve, because as I said in the last video, trying to cast out in here is very difficult because it's a tiny little swim. And obviously I've got the 9 foot extractors, so I thought, right, so I went out and got myself the Xtractor Spod and marker, and it is brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. I haven't decided what reel to use on it yet, so I'm just using one of my Tornoses, which is a bit of overkill, but it is an absolutely amazing reel. So that's on there at the moment. I will get an actual Spod and marker reel that's more suitable to it, because there are going to be times when I'm casting more than sort of 25-30 yards that I am here at the minute. But yeah, as you'll see in one of the little videos in a moment, or little clips in a moment, you can see that I'm not having to crouch down and I'm not catching the rod tip in all of the overhanging branches and swearing because I've got my braid caught up. So yeah, so I'm absolutely chuffed. That's bloody marvellous, that is. I'm really pleased with that. So I am going to drink my cup of tea and then probably put the kettle straight back on again, and I'm going to watch the world go by and see what we can do. Like I say, very simple, same as last time. 6 to 8 inches of jelly wire with a size 6 jungle hook, whipped on knotless knot style, and then I've got a little 12mm wafter, nutcracker wafter from Urban, which is that there. The pot's nearly empty. They have caught me so many fish since I got my hands on these a couple of years ago. They are absolutely brilliant. My biggest carp actually, out in Parco just over 2 years ago, I had a just short of 73 pound common, and that was on one of these, topped off with a bit of pink plastic corn. So yeah, they're not just for catching small little fish in 2 or 3 acre ponds like this. They've done the business up to, say, just short of 73 pounds. So anyway, I digress. I'm gonna have my cup of tea, so I'm gonna watch the world go by, and then hopefully we'll talk again, and I'll talk you through what I'm doing when I've got a fish in my hands, I hope. Well, unfortunately not looking too good. I've got about an hour before I need to pack up and go off and do the school run. I haven't even seen anything showing. A couple of weeks ago when I was here, I saw quite a few fish sort of show, but I haven't had that today. But there you go, here's what it is. We'll see how we get on. So we've got another hour, I guess. Time for about another 6 cups of tea, so, so that's always a bonus. What I wanted to do was just quickly show you. So I mentioned obviously the rig, and I showed you last time sort of how I tie it, and it's very, very simple. There's no rocket science there. But I mentioned earlier that I sort of hook on a bit of PVA mesh with some pellet and some crumbed up boilie. Now what I do, because I have this, you know, it's not that long a hair, but on the other two that are out there, the hairs are slightly longer than that. There's quite a lot of debris here, quite soft. So what I do to stop that tangling in the cast, as you can see, that's got quite a lot of movement. I get the PVA mesh, so in there is a couple of different sizes of pellet and a bit of crumbed up boilie, and then I leave quite a long tag end of the actual PVA mesh itself. And then what I do is I hook the little mesh bag onto the point of the hook like so, like that, and then that little tag I then wrap the actual hair with the hook bait around the back of the hook. Not so easy to do when you're trying to talk it through. And then I just pull that tight and then put the point of the hook back through that tag end of that mesh. And all that does is that just holds that hook bait against the shank of the hook. So when that casts, doesn't matter how hard you cast that out, that bait can't then swing round and either catch on the point of the hook or just get wrapped up. So, you know, like I say, there's you know, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches of jelly wire there, a hook link, and like I say, I just use that little tag end just to tie that hook bait just around, so I know that when I cast out, you know, it's going to be sitting perfect, you know, when it gets to the bottom. So that's what I've done. So it sounds good in practice. Unfortunately, the fish don't seem to be playing the ball on this particular trip, but it's just nice to get out for a few hours, you know, just watch the world go by. So I will make another cup of tea. I will possibly recast one of my rods. What I also do for a bit of extra attraction is I then dip the end of that PVA mesh in some of the Nutcracker glug. Well, just saying I haven't seen any fish shown. There's a fish just showed out there about 20 yards past my right hand rod, so fingers crossed. Yeah, so I just dip it in some of the Nutcracker glug just to give it a bit of a boost and a bit, you know, scent, you know, put a bit of scent in the water. So that's what I'm doing. That's my rig. Like I say, I keep it nice and simple on this lake, and most of my fishing, to be honest, if I don't need to overthink it and put fandangle rigs out there, then I don't. You know, as long as I can get a bait presented in the right place, you know, where the fish are with a high attract feed they like to eat, then that's 90% of the battle done. So I can't make them take the bait and I can't make them feed. So yeah, so we're gonna see what happens, but I've got a funny feeling I won't be going home without anything on the bank. But like I say, it's been a day's fishing, so until next time, all the very best, and yeah, hopefully have a little fish to look at. Well, that's it for this trip. Everything's packed away apart from the rods, just going to get them in, and then I'm going to have to go and do the school run, so never mind. Well, it's a day on the bank, so that's the main thing, and I hope to see you all soon.